Why is this evil lore always something that's so tempting for us?
All I'm saying is if evil weren't enticing, why would there be any? I mean, to pretend that we're never attracted to it it's like pretending that it just doesn't exist.
Even though in our core we want to be good, there's still something powerful and sometimes even sexy about being evil.
You're in no position to tell me what to do.
Today we're gonna have a look on that with the example of Charmed. And if you thought that I'm obsessed with Winx Club, Charmed is like my biggest obsession. I love the series and those four witches basically raised me.
Sometimes get so angry that you wanna... Whoa, what was that?
So let's use all this fanboy energy and have a look on this topic. Prue, Piper, Phoebe and Paige have always struggled with the dark side, even though one of the sisters has always struggled with it a little bit more. But for all of them, it was something that always came up in the show. In Charmed, they often just got evil because they were under a spell or anything, but how does this affect us as normal people who have, unfortunately, no magical powers, even though we wish we had?
Why did you vanquish Watermelon?
Vanquish Watermelon. I threw it up in the air and I tried to freeze it and it exploded.
And that brings me to my first point, liberation. The liberation behind being evil. Imagine not giving a fuck about anything. You need money, you take it. You don't want to work, you just don't go to work. You want the stupid, senseless gadget that was produced by children and probably polluted a whole river. You just buy it or take it because you have no moral system. You don't care, you get your pleasure out of it and then continue with your life. And now imagine even being a witch with magical powers. Then you can just conjure the perfect man for yourself.
So, you whipped up a magical gigolo?
Oh, criminy, just give him a chance.
How could you resist him? Did you look at him?
You don't have to build up anger inside yourself, you just take it out on other people. And you simply don't have to care about any personal gain consequences. And that is a big topic in the world of Charmed. Every time they use their magic for themselves, there's always some kind of consequence, even though they're not that consistent with that over the 8 seasons. But still, it is a big topic, especially in the early seasons.
You stole our sacred book so you could perform magical plastic surgery on yourself? You think I did this on purpose? My body was perfectly fine just as it was, thank you.
So imagine being able to orb, to freeze time, to astral project, to cast spells without any consequences. Really tempting, isn't it? So tempting that you maybe even become the queen of the underworld?
Relax, boys. I'm here to cook, not kill. Although I'd keep your voices down if I were you.
The thing in Charmed is that when they get evil, they literally don't have a moral system anymore. A lot of times they say that demons can't handle human emotions because they don't have to. They don't have to feel bad if they did something that hurt anybody. Well, otherwise they could not really do the demon things.
I can handle your powers.
What about pain? Human pain.
So every time the Charmed ones get evil, they just have like a switch where they don't care about those stuff either. As a normal person, we can't just switch up to that. Even if we become evil, there is still something inside of us, like loving other people, caring at least for some people, like for example in the family, or other things that don't make you quite pure evil. In Charmed, except from the whole lore with the avatars, there is just good or evil. You can't be like a little bit good or a little bit evil. There is just one of those two things. Also something that would not work for us because no human is just good or just evil.
Okay, just cut my finger.
Still, we can take the Charmed ones as a simulation for this thing we're talking about. Of course, they always also do horrible things like vanquish people or torture people.
Why don't you just
shatter her hand and see what happens.
But if we just focus on the liberation that's behind of this, I think that's the most tempting part about being evil. Especially since the elders always punish them if they do anything for themselves with their magic. And I think because of that liberation, there's also always this erotic factor behind darkness. Not like in a sexual way, even though it can be that, but there's always something really sensual about it.
It was just a story, remember? You should probably finish getting ready.
Imagine all your hidden desires would be able to just show themselves. There is no, oh, what would other people think? You just do whatever you want and what you desire. And those characters often allow us to explore this fantasy of us. And I think that's also one of the reasons why they are always so much more powerful when they are evil. It's not just because they can use like dark spells and have new powers, it's also because they don't hold themselves back anymore. They don't care about the consequences.
That is so cool.
Except that it's a warlock's power.
So what? They're always trying to get one of ours. It's about time we get one of theirs.
It's the same thing with Bloom in Winx Club when she turns evil, and we're able to see the Dragon Flame explore all dark parts of it. As soon as she turns evil, she easily overpowers all of the Winx. And in Season 3, with Valtor, we are able to see all the potential the Dragon Flame has if the owner of it is not just pure good.
Well, look at you, Enchantix and Dragonfire together. Now that sounds like a challenge.
Good, you and me, let's go.
In Charmed, the one sister that's always most tempted by evil is Phoebe. As said in Season 1, the reason is probably because she was born in the manor that stands on the Nexus, which is neutral to good and evil and just chooses the greater power.
You were the only one that was born in the house. That makes you more connected to it. It's that spiritual nexus thing.
That's exactly my point. I could go either way, good or evil. It's kind of freaky.
For Phoebe, that manifests in her being the first one to be possessed by the Woogyman, falling in love with Cole, who is half demon and also always wants to kill her and her sisters.
Marry me.
What?
As well as later becoming the queen of the Underworld, side by side with the source of all evil. Of course, that was under the influence of the seer and baby Lucifer inside of her, but still she's the sister that's tempted to evil the most. I personally think that's the reason why she always has passive powers, because she just could not handle the dark sides of those powers.
I got tired of being the one in the family with the passive powers.
I mean, okay, she has levitation, which is not passive, but like levitation. Like imagine Phoebe getting the combustion power of Piper.
I asked you a question.
Or the telekinesis orbing by Paige.
Jake, what is it?
Or even the astral projection by Prue.
Hey, freak, I'm over here now.
An evil Phoebe with those powers would be horrible, so her ass had to get humbled by some passive powers. We also know that Phoebe was an evil witch in her past life, which Prue and Piper were not. And that version of Phoebe was really, really dangerous. That's the reason why Piper and Prue had to kill her. And every time we see an evil version of Phoebe, she is always really, really powerful. And also really, really sexy.
What's the matter? Scared of me?
Well, are you? Are you?
So of course, the temptation to evil is big. Not just for the charmed ones, but also for us normal people. Because often doing something bad is just the easier way. Still, if we look at it from a spiritual perspective, just as identifying with being the good person can become a trap, identifying with being the dark one can also become another trap. What fascinates us with that is often the energy trapped inside these opposites. A mature spiritual path does not destroy the darkness, it illuminates it. Then the strength hidden in anger becomes clarity, the strength hidden in desire becomes aliveness, and the strength hidden in grief can become compassion. That is why darkness is always so compelling in stories. What attracts us is often not just the evil itself. It is what the evil is standing for. It is the feeling that behind the darkness lies a part of ourselves that is waiting to be reclaimed.
Phoebe, I need your help.
I am so tired of helping people.
And at the end, without duality, which is something that the Charmed ones just explore with the avatars in the 7th season, there is no good and evil anymore. But that is something that everybody can explore for themselves. So, what do you guys think about this? Why has Phoebe always been a target for the dark side? And what tempts you guys to take a trip down the dark road?
Paige. What's the matter?
Let me know in the comments.